Yesterday I read a statement from the executive director of the Media Foundation for West Africa, Sulemana Braimah, at the time calling on government to suspend, calling on the National Service Secretariat or National Service Authority, I beg your pardon, now an authority, to suspend the usage of its central management system. And it gave indications that that particular system was a system used in the national service fraud. So how do you use a system whose developers are the sole people with authorization to the back end, and yet you have ghost names on the national service payroll? Well, this morning we're told that government has suspended the National Service Authority's portal for posting personnel over ghost names scandal. We're joined by Sulemana Braimah. Sulemana, good morning, and thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Wilson.
Earlier yesterday, you had concerns about this particular system. Now that it's been suspended, good news for you, or you think more could be done?
Well, I think it's certainly a positive development. It's something that ought to have been done right from the beginning. But I assume that perhaps central government or the ministry, the supervisory ministry, was not even aware that the National Service Authority had decided to continue with the same digital platform that was used for the ghost names. And so I think once it came to their notice, they've taken action. That for me is a positive development.
Great. Now, for those who may not be aware, why was it necessary to suspend the system or not use the system for this year's national service posting and the generation of PIN codes?
Well, Wilson, everything done by the National Service, from receiving of graduate list from schools to enrolling the students, to posting the students, generating PINs, generating posting letters, printing of certificates, and everything was, given to this service provider. And it was through a digital platform. And this service provider essentially is the custodian of the platform, the one that maintains the platform, the one that controls, the full access to the back end. Indeed, if they decide today that they don't want the Director General to have access to the platform, they basically can take him off. If they want anybody at all at NSS to be taken off the platform, they can do that. And they are the ones who would have the capacity to grant access to anyone. And in fact, the contract with the company requires them to ensure that there is integrity of the platform. If there is any breach, it should be resolved. And all the kinds of things that you would require a technology service provider to do. But what did we see? It is the same platform that was used to enroll 80-year-olds, 90-year-olds, people sitting in Kenya, enrolled as national service personnel, and thousands of fake index numbers generated, and all of that. So you ask yourself, is it a platform that cannot detect that the date of birth you are entering indicates that the person is 90 years and therefore it is blocked? Is it a platform that, this is a platform that was supposed to be an integrating platform between Ghana card and the biometrics of service personnel? So how come the platform could allow just normal A4 paper put in there as an ID card? You can use your multimedia ID card and put it there as your Ghana card, and the system will validate it. People were using their college or university cards, and the system will validate it as an ID card. And then you come and beat a system like this, and then you still decided that, the problem was not the system, but the people who were using the system. I don't think that you can build an IT platform and depend on the integrity of people to run it. It is because we believe people have issues. That is why we say, look, let's use technology. But if you now build the technology and then turn around and say that, it was not a problem of the platform, but then the people who were using it, then what is the essence of the technology? So it was really shocking that the new leadership at NSA decided not only to continue with the platform, but to defend it publicly.
Mm.
And those of us who have been, critical of it were even basically insulted. Why are we doing that? So for me, that's why I think the action taken by government is really commendable.
Great. Now, the statement indicates that there would it be suspended indefinitely to permit a thorough technical and forensic review. Based on your understanding of this particular software, can it at any point in time in its current state be fit for purpose?
So I think the starting point is that the people behind the technology or the platform cannot be trusted. And once you cannot trust that the people who control the platform can be trusted, there is no way you can vouch for the integrity of the platform.
Okay.
Because they are the ones who can change how it functions. Without they allowing for the system to accept fake ID cards as Ghana cards. Without they manipulating the system to ensure that even if your date of birth is indicated as that you are 100 years, the system would allow it. There's no way the system will do that. And so the starting point is that once you cannot trust the developers and the managers of the platform, and certainly they're being complicit in whatever happened, there is no way we can say that the platform will be fit for purpose.
Okay, I get you. But finally, so if, for instance, the NSA were to vary the contract and take custody of this system, can it be trusted then, the persons behind it, if it's the NSA and not the developers, to do the right thing?
You see, if the contract was such that they have contracted a technology firm to develop an application or a platform for the national service and hand it over to the national service, then of course, at this stage we would have been saying the person in charge of the platform at the National Service Authority is the one to be held responsible. So I think going forward, we shouldn't have a situation where an external third party is contracted as a service provider, the custodian of the platform, the one who manages it, operates it, and everything.
Okay.
If a platform is developed, it should be handed over to the National Service Authority to manage it, so that if there are issues, we know, look, this is the ultimate person that we go to. If it is the DG who has the ultimate full back-end access, we can hold the person responsible.
Okay.
That for me is the starting point. The other thing is that I think at this stage, the idea is a forensic audit to detect what happens, a full-scale audit to know what currently exists on the system, just so that the ongoing prosecutions and investigations, can be complemented. But beyond that, I believe that the idea is to engage with stakeholders and see what kind of platform be more efficient and have a lot of integrity. Look, Winston, we all use our banks. Imagine if the banking sector decides that, applications that we are using, people are manipulating it. You can imagine how money can easily be lost, and the banking sector will completely lose its integrity. The applications that the banks are using are handled by people. Why are we not complaining that the banks are stealing through their apps and so on and so forth? So it's essentially that if it is built, it should be handed over to the NSA. There are folks there who are technical people. There are IT people. Every region has an IT officer. What is their job if they cannot handle a platform?
Great. Thank you very, very much, Sulemana Braimah.